Hello everyone, I'm out here at Del Cerro. This is I'm gonna claim it, hardest rocks in San Diego to crawl. There's some really tough lines out here. The nickname for this place is Del Breako, because you break crap out here. So we're gonna take the Redcat out for its real torture test. So let's get into it. Let's get up to the first line. And right off the bat, we're on something hard. Like, I got my shadow all up in the shot. Okay. I don't think it comes off on camera, just how absolutely ridiculously steep this line is. I mean, look at that. The rear bumper is nearly on the ground. And this is still box stock battery placement, so it's going to have a tough time trying to get up something this steep. I do not like the stock battery placement. So yeah, I don't think it can make it up the first line, but I don't put it against it. So we're going to come over here and take the bypass. I'm trying to remember this line. I think you go over here to the corner. You come over here to the corner and you come up on this and come up and over the ridge. Let's take it up right here now. She wants to pivot. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, how do I get down? Like that, I guess. I think people with dig usually hit their dig and then pivot and then come back down this ridge. Yeah, this is a serious place for serious rigs. All right, now we're coming into what I'm just now nicknaming the kiddie pool. Hence why I like jacking around on this rock. There's a bunch of simple and easy lines on it. They're just so satisfying to hit. Or we can call it the bunny slope. It's a lot less creepy. You hit lines on the bunny slope, you can get by anywhere. There's this other line, and I think it's right here. Oh, pushed out of it. Oh, no. Yeah, that weight balance is killing it. Oh. For being a stock servo, it sure is strong. Or is it? I already did that, but I know there's a different way to go up even steeper. And then do you transfer over. As you can see from most of the test so far, this thing does not like to articulate very well, hence why this tire is floating in midair. I think most of that is due to the internally sprung shocks. It gives more validation to the desert lizard haters out there. But I have no problem with these shocks. I just think you need to take the spring from out of the inside. There's quite a bit of little mods and things I want to do to this. I just wanted to get a before run out here at the hard rocks before I do some changes, and then we can come back and show how those changes made a difference. I'm coming over here to a no exit ramp line. Those sometimes are my favorite lines, is just something you can go to and get up, but you have no exit plan at the end. Kind of got to get up and pivot around this rock. And then once you get in there, start to get up that wall. And then you climb the wall. Yep. And then once you get to the top, you get a pretty decent view of San Diego. But there is no exit plan. So it's just a fun little thing to get a good view of your truck when you're getting done with this line. All right, now we're getting into the real meat and potatoes of this park. This is the first little ridge you're gonna come up to before you get into all the rocks back there. And logic would tell you, go straight up the ridge. No, that's the bypass. What you have to do, or what most of the locals do, is take the hard line. I tried this a little bit off camera, and it feels possible. But I think, again, in this current setup, I don't think it's going to make it. So let's give it another shot. Because it gets close. It acts like it wants to. I found get up on the damn thing, but also shuttle yourself over to about there. And I think at one point you give it a little gas and it was able to do some magic. Oh, and it shuttles itself. I've seen videos from West Desert Wheeler and RC Review and Roadside RC. I've seen quite a bit of reviews of this thing, and everybody has been taking the stock ESC out at least of its stock location, but most people have been throwing it away because, as you can see, yeah, that's as slow as it can go. And the previous video of everyone else driving it before me hated the control that the stock ESC gave. At bare minimum, I'll be putting a 1080 in here. But let's see some downhill control. This is going to be terrible. Yeah, that was terrible. At bare minimum, I'm going to be putting a 1080 in here. But this thing is crying for a fusion. Okay. I feel like if I was going to break something, it would be in this chunkiness. And don't get me wrong, I love chunk. My favorite place to crawl in San Diego is the jetties at the beach. Sorry I was so quiet right there. That was quite the crawl. Let's see if I can get her down. Ow. Alright, let me see if I can get this without being in the shot. Shadows are terrible this morning. Come on, buddy. There we go. I did it off camera, so I knew it was possible. And I'm not doing things off camera to make this truck look good, kind of pre-recording what would make it look good. I'm just trying to get some practice in to get a feel for this truck, because this is, quite honestly, the most I've driven this truck. As I said in the last video, by the time I got to drive the truck at the end of the night, it broke. But we went through all that. Okay, this is what I wanted to get. One of like 3 of the hardest lines here at Del Cerro. You have to... Okay, take 2. You have to walk yourself along this wall. I'm already messing it up. We're not even going to try that yet, but yeah, you walk yourself along the wall, get up on that rock a little bit to cross over and get your front tire in that little crack. and it'll pull you along and up and around. It's cool to see when it's actually done, but it's difficult. All right, we're here at another super hard line, and we're just gonna try it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to get up to it. That little crack right there, you're supposed to straddle that up to the top. I've never had a truck be able to do it. I've never owned a truck that was able to do that. So getting this far is pretty awesome. But the line I always take is you shuffle over here to the bypass, but then right about there, you take it up and over. Ain't no shame in a bypass. You still get to the top. Okay. This is the line that bothers me. This is the hardest line out here in Del Cerro. And I've never been able to complete step 1, which is right here. It goes all the way till like step 25, where you go through Matterhorn, which is that big pointy rock back there. I've never been able to complete step 1 to get all the way to step 25, and I've had to take multiple bypasses. But just to show you what I'm working with, gotta get up here and get on top of that rock. And I think, as I've said before, with better weight bias, it might be able to get up there. Okay. And then you're supposed to get on that side of this ridge to be able to pivot up and around, and then gas it up that little ridge, get across that crack, and then continue on with the line. But as I said, I've never even been able to complete step 1. So after some modifications to this thing, hopefully we can pull that off. Because the coolest thing to see is this step 1 of cars just manning over this line and then just geckoing up this little ridge. Okay. This is Matterhorn. So oh, I almost got up onto it, but I know that's not possible. Because you have to like get up in here and I think catch that lip and ride it over till you catch traction and get up and to the top. It's hard to explain because people way better drivers than me with way more expensive trucks have done this, and I can't explain the physics. It just happens. Coming up to one of my favorite lines, and people have stacked rocks in it to make it easier. No. Restart. Okay. doing is riding this edge and keeping that little crack over there to help keep me in place. There we go. And then we'll get up here and start to shimmy right. Let her settle, let her settle. Come on. Come on. There we go. You get up here, and what I would used to do before they stacked all the rocks is cross that big of a crack. Let me temporarily take some of these rocks out and I'll show you. Okay, that's much better. So my plan of attack that I've always went with is you get about right here, you blast across. Ooh. Ah! I'm so happy I got that on video. Yes! Whew, that was a hard fight, but I got it up on there. Ooh, I think I chose the wrong line. Okay. Final thoughts on this truck. Everyone says that this thing has a lot of potential. It does. It needs some tuning desperately. First things first, get that battery out of that back position. That's why I was fighting so long with this last line to get up what I was trying to get up. I might actually try to put the battery on one of the sliders and then come back out here and try that before I put the battery on the very, very front up near the servo. I'm also going to take the internal springs out of the shocks. I can drive it how it is now. I've already gotten used to it, but those shocks need to come out. Other than that, maybe some body trimming in the front, as you can hear Lexan noises when you get really, really into the bumps. Other than that, it's a good truck. It's holding up. It didn't break in Del Breco, so that's a plus. I gotta get home, so I'll see everyone in the next video.